Hey guys, welcome back to The Reel. First video of 2024, and it's a bit of a lament of the winter for me. I had grand plans of doing lots of pike fishing, and well, it didn't quite work out the way I thought. In November, me and my dad went up to Pitsford reservoir, and the most exciting thing that happened that day was driving the boat through the tunnel. We fished hard in the hopes of big pike, but whether it was the cold snap or just plain bad luck, we didn't have a touch all day. Fished over weed beds in shallower areas, like slopey drop-offs that varied in depth, and some quite deeper areas, sort of over 30 foot. It was a good day out though. We hadn't fished in a boat for a long time, and hopefully we'll be able to return maybe earlier in the pike season this year. Get a fish or two. I think most will agree the winter fishing was made harder by the amount of rain we had, and river levels not really relenting. I next made it out on the Avon in Dorset just before Christmas. I was joined by Paul and Dave, who I fished with at the Orvis Saltwater Festival in September, and by Greg from Meon Springs, who it was the first time I was fishing with him. The river was over its banks. Finding slacks was pretty hard work. But we found a big slack in the field where the cattle would come into the river to drink, and there was a big opening between the trees, and the river had basically flooded the field there. Caught up with Paul and Dave and decided to have a cast in there.
I fucking knew I should have cast.
Yeah, in the field.
I was gonna have a cast.
Little Jack.
I'm out, still pushing the board, isn't it? Do you do a lot of this?
Do you know what? Like before I fly fished, I used to lure fish for pike for years. But yeah, no, fly fishing for pike is the last year or so for me. And I will take that any day of the week. Just a little one.
Greg unfortunately missed a couple of takes before Paul and Dave had a go.
Yes. Oh.
Missed.
Paul managed the jack too before we moved on, but apart from a couple of other takes for the rest of the day, that was pretty much it.
He's tail walking and everything. Touch bigger than the one I had. Still only small.
Here we are. Decent little jack.
Do.
So between Christmas and February, I managed to fish some short sessions on the river local to me, just on my lunch breaks, trying out some flies and stuff. Before me and my dad managed to find a day in the diary where we could get out for the day. We were thinking Pitsford or Dorset Stour, but it was too late in the season for a lot of the reservoirs, as the pike season closed and the Stour was really flooded. So kind of made sense to try a canal, which was quite handy in the end because my son Jack expressed an interest in coming with us for his first proper full day of fishing. Fairly early on in the morning, Jack came running to get me because his grandpa had got into a fish. So, like you do, I stormed up there, started running, GoPro on, but I was having some issues with the GoPro, so I didn't get much footage. It just kept cutting out after a few seconds. Yeah, we got a nice picture before putting it back.
Well done.
Later on at lunch, we saw a Jack crash into some bait fish that we saw topping. And I got Jack fishing to try and catch it, but in the end it was me who hooked it. Unfortunately it didn't hold. You can see where it probably took my fly on the drop, because as soon as I start retrieving it, goes tight, and then when I strike I get all the slack line after pulling the slack up. I get back into the fish.
Oh, I'm in. Oh no! Came off.
Towards the end of the day, after Jack had been trying really hard all day to catch, he finally did, and he had a little Jack which made all of our day.
Oh, wine.
Yeah, I've only got something.
That's right, you're okay.
Oh, good lad. Bloody good lad. Look at that. So I caught that.
Hey!
Bloody good lad. Well done.
You might have noticed in the clip where I lost the fish on the canal that I didn't do any false casting, and I was trying out a method that was recommended to me by Hector Rodriguez. He's Hector Flyfish on Instagram. He uses a running line instead of a normal fly line when he's on venues where you've got no space to backcast, and it just opens up opportunities to fly fish. And I wanted to try it out, and it actually worked really well. So, you know, fishing on the canal, it's not too wide, so I haven't got that far to cast, but I could quite happily cast to the opposite bank, get close up to the weeds. So it's a great tip if you want to fly fish for pike on canals or just overgrown venues where you've got trees basically lining behind you. So yeah, not the best winter as far as fishing was concerned, but April's just around the corner, so I'll be getting back on the bass and mullet at last. Really looking forward to that, and hopefully getting a few more videos out more regularly. But yeah, until then, tight lines. I'll see you in the next one.